I'm out here looking real slim right now, G. Damn, I got my life together. I'm like a skinny bitch.
Yo, welcome to Beers and Bars.
Your place for rapid fire hip hop discussion and, of course, great beer.
I am Kamal Kiddo.
OT the Golden Child. Thank y'all for checking out our last episode. Big shout out to the homies at Funky Town. Yeah, man.
Greg, Zach, Rich.
Yeah, man. Fun dudes. They just recanned or they just read up on their hip hops and R&B brew joint.
I need to check in, man.
Yeah, so I believe, make sure you go ahead. You can go ahead over to Pilot Project. Check with them first because I believe it's out. But
True.
To those who are watching or listening, check for them. Maybe by the time this comes out, they'll have more stuff. But I believe they are ringing up on their American Pale Ale. Yeah, man, your first time listening. We do hip hop and beer. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're watching, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. True. Yeah, wherever you're checking in, watching us right now, continue to do so. Come on, what we got today, man? What we doing?
We got a few things we talking about today. We got Silk Sonic, the long-awaited album from Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
Guest hosted by Bootsy Collins.
Well, all right now.
Right. Silk Sonic has finally dropped the album since the single has been loose now for a year. They performed at the Grammys, and that's at the beginning of the year. So that it was out before that. But what else are we talking about? Harder They Fall. The Harder They Fall. The James Samuel directed, Jay-Z produced, and there's another guy that produced it, but I don't even know who it was. But The Harder They Fall on Netflix. We talking about the movie as well as the soundtrack.
Yeah.
We're also going to talk about, I'm sure you've seen it by now. By the time this plays, everyone will know that Ye and Drake have ended their beef. They were seen in Calabasas at Drake's house after, I guess, Dave Chappelle did a set at the house, and they have ended their beef. They were talking a beautiful thing. Look at hip hop. And then we're gonna end it out on a heavy note, but on a thoughtful note, I think, because I have some things to say about it. Yeah. But young Dolph passed today. And he didn't pass. He was killed. He was murdered, which is another level of, we'll get into that when we get into it. But rest in heaven, young Dolph.
Yeah.
What are we drinking today?
Yeah, man. Like I said before the show started, it's crazy because I was going to call this show as well. When we released on the podcast, I was going to call it as advertised because initially we were only going to be doing The Harder They Fall and then the Silk Sonic joint, in which you'll see why I was going to call it that. But this beer as well, the beer that I'm drinking today, I saw it a while ago. It dropped from Revolution. This is Mega Hero 2, an Imperial IPA, hazy IPA from Revolution, coming in at 9%. Mega Hero 2, which alludes to the fact that there is a Mega Hero 1, which I believe I've had, and it was good. And I was really looking forward to this when I saw this drop. So my brother right here from another mother went and picked up our allocation also of the most recent Deepwood release.
Which I'm having. I'm having today.
While he was there, he got me we got a 4-pack of this joint. So I'm happy, man. This joint is as advertised. It is very, very, very good, man. Very good hazy. And I haven't had a hazy on the show, I think, since I had the what's the one I was on for a while now. I was always talking about the brewery. People out there watching, I'm so sorry. I grabbed this cup directly from my cupboard. And yes, this glass is a little dirty. As you can see the bubbles in the cup. I'm so sorry. To you critics out there, yes,
I couldn't tell.
it's
I don't
okay.
think
Yeah,
anybody could tell, man.
I just had to be 100 just in case somebody called it out. Yeah, I grabbed it from up there, but it's mine, right? I mean, nobody else is drinking out of it.
Right.
And I did, usually I'll wash it out, but it was washed, but I went to, you get the, yeah.
I feel you. I feel you.
Anyhow, there's a hop in here that I'm very familiar with, man, that I really like. Damn, come on, I forgot what the name of it was. But it's very tropical, very juicy, very pineapple-y.
Is it the Sabro?
Yes, Sabro is one of my favorite hops, man, because it's so just robust from the standpoint of the tropical notes and all that kind of stuff. As soon as you drink this, if you're familiar with Sabro, as soon as you smell it, you know what I'm saying, on the nose and whatnot, you'll be like, if you're familiar with Sabro, you'll be like, oh, this must have Sabro. But it's a six hop variation joint. It's Talus, it's Sabro. I'm not sure what the other four are, but
you're good.
Tropical, just hazy fucking juice bomb. Yes.
Dang, man. Shout out Nikki, man, because she is Black and Brew Chicago. She teaches these things that you're talking about. So man, that's dope. I gotta get on your level. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, this beer is good. But I'm having Deth by Raspberries. This is another one from Revolution. This is a current one in their Deepwood series. I think it's released now, correct? Or is it releasing this week, or did it release last week?
Yeah, it's out. Yeah, so I forgot the initial 3, but this is a part. Throughout the winter, they do. It's a lot of different variations. They have whatever the most recent ones are have a drop. You have one of them.
Wait, no. Blackberry Finn, and then I want to say the Vanilla Deth.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that.
That may have come out already though, because I think I had that for you. I don't know though.
You know what? You might be right. Maybe the Strawberry Jacket is the newer one.
But I know for sure Vanilla Deth, because I had that joint the other day. I know that's within them.
Wow.
The one that you just said, what is it called? Blackberry
Finn.
Yeah.
That's one of the newer ones for sure.
Yes.
But this is an Imperial Stout aged with raspberries. Very strong on the nose as far as the raspberry. The raspberries come through right away. This is actually, I thought this was higher in ABV, but this is high enough. This is 11. This is 11% ABV.
Okay.
Yeah, man. That's rich. This is actually not as I actually thought this was gonna be a barley wine, but it's not a barley wine. This is actually heavy, but it's kind of it's heavy because it's a stout.
Yeah.
But it's kind of light. It almost tastes like it's crushable in the sense that it's not heavy, like it's not thick.
It's not Deth's tar, right?
Yes.
Yes. 15 point whatever. Yeah.
It's Deth by Raspberries, but it's not thick like that. It's still kind of light.
Well, the thing about it, when you say 11, I mean, so we're talking right now, again, Deepwood series, all the barrel age joints that Rev does every year, along with the barley wine. Yeah, man, all the stouts and the barley wines.
It's still, let me slow down. Let me kind of chill with that.
And to kind of piggyback, so the most recent one is actually, Blackberry Finn. I'm on my phone right here, right? Blackberry Finn, Vanilla Deth, and Straight Jacket. Let's see. The Straight Jacket Barley Wine Ale. Yeah.
Oh, true.
That's the most 3 joint. Yeah. So, yeah, man.
So this is not a current one, but it's still good, though.
Well, look. So, and I got to slow down, man. I've had too many of them recently. So I'm trying to present, because I really hate when people like you, it'd be like February and you still on the show drinking.
I'll pull it out.
Like, so this year I'm slowing down. I'm not going to crush my whole Deepwood allocation. And I'll be having quite a few. I'm not drinking them within a month this time. No, I'm going to preserve these bad boys. So yeah. All right, let's do it. Come on. You ready?
First up, Silk Sonic, Anderson Paak, and Bruno Mars, hosted by Bootsy Collins.
So a little context, man. Let's talk about this. So I actually did a little reading on this joint, how this joint came about, genesis of it.
Oh,
2017, Bruno Mars was on his 24K Magic Tour. Anderson Paak joined him on the European leg of that tour. This is 2017. So through meeting through that situation, they decided to do a project together. So they actually started recording this, the first of this, in like 2017. All right, that's crazy though, because that's at this point 4 years ago. So mostly 2017, but then also a good majority of it 2020 was recorded as well. Brennan Anderson Paak was credited saying that without the pandemic happening, he doesn't think the album possibly would have happened this soon.
I can see that.
Because they both would have been on tour doing this. But as we know, we've talked many times on the show about how the pandemic, of course, is a terrible situation, but there are many things that have come out of the pandemic, right? People have refocused and, got into certain passions and focused on, when you're sitting down for a long time, you have time to do certain things.
Sure.
With Leave the Door Open that came out, right? Whatever, when that was around Grammy time, right? Grammy time was when Leave the Door Open.
It was yeah.
I can keep this very short. All right. I thought that Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak were too good individually to fumble. Right. From Leave the Door Open, the video and the subsequent singles, Skate, and everything they were doing with the performances and all that, you can tell that this joint was going to be definitely a thematic, conceptual album sonically. You can tell that they were going to be really trying to go for a 60s, 70s soul and funk.
Hosted by Bootsy Collins.
Hosted right. Now, sometimes people have that intent. They try to aim for something sonically. We're on the show talking before, about how like, the 90s and 2000s rappers was like, I'm gonna make this song is for the clubs. Yeah. This song is, sometimes that falls flat when people were like really try to, But to keep a long story short, they nailed it to me.
I agree.
Sonically, it sounds good. Yeah. The production sounds good. The lyrics are good. Yeah. They are great singers.
Yes.
Everything on this album to me hits for what it was intended to do, which is crazy because sometimes that doesn't happen. They went for a sound and they got it. My only knock is that I do like that it's short because, it's quick in and out. But they could have gave me 3 more, G, and I would have been fine.
I agree.
They could have gave me 3 more. Smoking out the window. Look, I've been saying all week, this bitch, and that's all I say. I don't need this. That's it. What else on this joint, man? Make You Smile, I think.
Put on a smile.
Put on a smile. Yes.
With help from Babyface on that joint.
Yes. Look, I don't have to talk. Look, the album is pretty good. It's a good album. They nailed it. Everything that they went for, they nailed it. Shout out to them brothers. That's all I got, man.
Yeah, they nailed it, man. It is definitely as advertised. They came in and, it does sound like everything sound like Leave the Door Open. You know what I'm saying? As far as like that sonic, smooth, soul, silky sonic sound. You know what I'm saying? My joints would have to be I like Fly As Me. I like After Last Night especially. I really like that joint. Smoking Out the Window. Man, I could name every song off here. I like Blast Off. I agree that they could have gave me another 3 songs and this might have been on my top albums of the year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is definitely something that you could throw on at the barbecue and just let it ride. You know what I'm saying? This should have came out in the summer. They would have did numbers. You know what I'm saying? But I could throw this on with the family. However, Anderson Paak does get aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Does.
But I love him for it because, I'm still a fan of No Worries. You know what I'm saying? With Knowledge. They dropped Skate after having so much success with Leave the Door Open. When Skate dropped, I didn't think that it was like, I thought it was cool. It was okay, but it wasn't a jam like Leave the Door Open. And what's crazy is that I think about Swimming Pools by Kendrick Lamar.
I
You
was
know what
gonna.
I'm
You
saying?
smart. I was gonna make that go.
Because skate sounds much better amongst these songs.
Yes.
And I think it sounds good. But by itself
Yes.
as a single, I'm like, it's all right. But amongst these songs, I'm like,
Having to
yeah,
wait. Gotta
I
wait.
like that joint. Swimming
Yes.
pools, I always thought this song all right. But in the context of Good Kid, Mad City,
Mm-hmm.
I like this song. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This makes sense to me. This
It does.
in this scope of this song, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I would liken it to. But other than that, I think it's a good album, man. I think it is as advertised, like you said. This sound is sonically silky. It sounds good. It's a fun ride.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun ride too. It's a good
Yeah.
listen. But yeah, man, Silk Sonic.
Silk Sonic, man. Y'all let us know what y'all think about that joint. Move on to something else that was very heavily. I think I saw my first trailer for the Holiday Fall on Facebook, I think. And I'm like, oh my God, the star power, right? Lakeith
Star
Stanfield,
power.
Idris Elba, man. Idris, man, look, Idris, he gotta stay away from my wife. People, the women love Idris, right? Don't ever come around my wife. Regina King, my God, Regina King, what's going on? Like
Killed it.
Yeah, she's a beast.
Killed it.
Shorty from Atlanta. Sorry, I don't know everybody's names. I'm so sorry.
Zazzy Beats.
Yes. My man's Delroy Lindo, right? Is that his name?
Delroy Lindo, yes.
That's my homie. But
OG.
Yeah, man. And then we're gonna talk about the soundtrack as well. But come on, you lead off here. Go ahead, man.
So, as a filmmaker and as a film buff, and as a fan of Tarantino, I'm gonna just start it right there. Now, first of all, I'm gonna say this: I think the movie was good. I think it was well shot. I think it was beautiful. I think it looked really good. I think the story was good. I thought the story was good. I thought the humor in it was good.
Let's pause real quick. Hold on. Are we gonna do spoiler free or people who haven't seen?
I don't want to.
I don't want
to. I'm not gonna spoil nothing. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Okay.
But as far as that's concerned, I think that made for a very good story. Like the twist at the end was like, okay. It was a good story. It was a good story. I think it looked a lot. I think the director, James Samuel, is obviously, very, very obviously heavily influenced from Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
There were many Tarantino-esque shots, editing choices.
The far away bring in zoom.
Yeah, a lot. But I think watching it on my television kind of did it a disservice. I'm a type of guy that likes to go to the show. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely would have wanted to see this at the show, at the movies. I think that Regina King killed her role. She was in an interview with Jimmy Kimmel and was saying that the apple thing was one take. That was one apple. She just had practiced that. That was not in the script. She had practiced it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. She peeled the apple with a knife. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one apple, one take. She just did that joint. And she didn't, obviously, all these people, that was a concern of mine. All these people really existed, but the story is fictional. I was confused before I saw the movie. Like, well, what is this movie then? Like, what? They just make it up and stuff. But I had forgot all about that once I started watching it because it was a good ride. And shout out again, Regina King, because her vocal inflection was a choice she made. That wasn't, there were no videos or these actors had nothing but pictures maybe to go off of as far as what these people look like, but we don't know what they sounded like.
She went with the Bayou Creole kind of New Orleans twang a little bit. Dialect.
But she chose that vocal, she chose that voice. And I thought that was so cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, gee, she's really acting in this joint. She's killing this role. She's making she made that a choice. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, shout out my man that played Nat Love because he's getting a lot of shine. I remember first seeing him in the Five Bloods. So to see him like flourishing like this. Jonathan Majors. Yeah, Jonathan Majors. So to see him flourishing is kind of cool. Yeah, man, I thought it was a good film. I thought it was a fun ride. I think the storyline was good. I have not heard one person say it was trash. Yeah, but that may be my bubble. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. I haven't seen one person. Yeah,
I haven't seen anybody really come down on it. I thought it was a solid movie. I thought it was a good movie. It was a quality movie. You're invested in these characters. You know what I'm saying? They did good with that. It was a good movie. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm pretty sure some right wing media person has come down on the movie just to be a contrarian, but that's whatever. Anybody who doesn't like this movie, I think, is a lame. And trying to be a contrarian. There's not much not to like about this, man. Even from the standpoint of we can talk a bit about the soundtrack, the songs that were picked throughout as certain scenes cut in, cut out.
Yeah,
it was very new and very fresh. It was Tarantino-esque, but like in a different, like era. It was, it was, you know what I mean? Like, because they
really Django vibes. It's Django vibes. But
exactly.
But I it's funny that I saw a meme that said something like Tarantino is, probably screaming at the screen like, how can this movie not say the word nigga? You know what I'm saying?
That's funny though. It's pretty funny though.
That's so funny. That's so funny. But it was good though. It was good. But it's very heavily influenced by Tarantino without a doubt.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anybody who doesn't know that just doesn't know film. But yeah, man, I think it was a very good movie. I'm gonna watch it again. I think I want to watch it. I think I want my kids to watch it. They watch some stuff that's crazy. This was very, very violent and whatnot, but just from the standpoint of Black excellence and the fact that it was a Western, because I grew up Good, the Bad, the Ugly. All those Hang 'em High. I grew up watching Clint Eastwood films. I love Val Kilmer's performance as Doc Holliday in Tombstone. So I to see this way was like, like damn, geez. So to me, it was a very good Western. Like my parents grew up, on that. Well, I grew up with my parents on that stuff. So soundtrack was very good as well, man. Very cinematically matching to me.
Very cinematically matching. That's a good term to use.
But soundtracks usually match, but this matched very well, man. Jay and Cudi did their thing. Like, as I said in our text today, Lauryn Hill, this is her best verse since Lauryn Hill she was rapping.
She's one of her best verses that she's dropped in a long time. Like her Nas verse, people went crazy over her Nas verse.
It was just geeked.
I was like,
it was okay. She did okay.
It was all right. You know what I'm saying? Even her Queen and Slim, I think she had a song on Queen and Slim. I can't remember if she even rapped on that though. You know what I'm saying? On that soundtrack.
Yeah.
But she was spitting on this one, and she had a lot of stuff to get off her chest too. You know what I'm saying? She had a lot to get off her chest.
I liken it, man, to like I said in the text, man. I liken it to a fighter that kind of is getting their feet back under him. Because she's been. I mean, when did her album drop? 96, right?
Man, yeah.
98, something like that between those. And she's something really like not. That. not. I don't know how much she's writing. Who knows how much she's writing? You know, she's continuously performing her songs over other music because she can't do
We
the
got
songs
that and
over.
unplugged. We still
Yeah.
got unplugged. You know what I'm
So I
saying?
think she's getting her. She's a fighter who's been out of the ring for 20 years. You know, not like 3 or 4. You know, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I like the soundtrack though. It was pretty. You know, it's
Now I'm gonna say this though. You know what I'm
Go ahead. What
saying?
do you
It
think?
does like the album definitely has a sound. I didn't realize that the Jay-Z, Conway, and Jadakiss song was for this project.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like that song was a little lackluster. You know what I'm
Definitely was
saying?
lackluster for the names, but
You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know.
Like, yeah, I mean, in the context of the movie, it makes sense of what they
Yeah,
did. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And especially as far as like I wonder who did the music. I feel like one producer is doing all of the music because it all kind of sounded the same.
Yeah.
And I tried to look it up before we did the show, but I couldn't find none on who did the music. But that song in particular, I think it could have been better if there was at least like a different beat. You know what I'm saying? And that would probably would have inspired them to do something different. But
Yeah.
I get it in the context, like this is a Western, this is like a modern day Western.
Yeah.
So the music itself, like regardless of what they talking about, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z even has some crack bars in there. I got more, ain't nobody's crack sheet is longer than mine or something like that. Like
Yeah.
I'm close, I can add up to Meech. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, this is like, all right, I feel you, Jay, but this is you rapping over this Western style soundtrack, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, music. But I thought that song was a little lackluster, but in the scope of it being a soundtrack, I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I thought the project as a whole fit what the movie was. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Mm-hmm.
soundtrack. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's why I said, like, I mean, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, man. Let's go ahead and move on to some news.
Yeah.
I feel like so with Drake and Kanye, right? So first of all, I think you got to first of all shout out Drink Champs, you know, shout out Nori, DJ, I forgot the FNN, something, yeah,
EFN.
right. Kanye was on that joint, you know, in which he was kind of giving some flowers. Drake, he didn't go at Drake like, you know, if you watch the interview, you know, it was a lot of, you know, things that were said and whatnot, but you know,
Yeah.
um,
I watched both.
I didn't watch both, but anyhow,
I'm
fast
a
forward, you
fan of
know,
Ye. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan
yeah.
of Kanye.
Fast
So
forward, you get this Jay Prince post about a week ago, right? With you know, Jay Prince and Ye. Looks kind of weird a little bit because Ye
it
kind
was
of reading
very
from his
weird. Yeah.
phone saying, you know, I want to do a truce with Drake, you know what I'm saying? We need to do a concert, you know, and it's gonna be based upon, you know, freeing Hoover, right?
Yeah.
Freeing Larry Hoover,
Which
you know.
happens after the Drink Champs, because that
Exactly.
happened in between parts 1 and 2.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it
Um,
happened that recording happened after the
mhm.
interview. But you know what I'm saying? Let me preface this by saying, as I get older, you know, I care less about, you know, what other people are doing. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
But I am involved in culture, you know what I'm saying? And I think I'm prefacing this with I care less what other people are doing because I think that their beef in the beginning was just ridiculous. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, what y'all like, this is more of a squabble than all out beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all had some internal issues with each other, but that type of stuff don't necessarily need to be aired out
Mhm.
on records
Yeah.
like y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised that they link back up. I'm not surprised. Like Drake definitely this is the ball is in Drake's court. You know what I'm saying? This is like, bro, I'm not checking for you, Ye. Like, you wildin'. Ye be wildin'. Ye be wildin'. He was wildin' on Drink Champs. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that he gonna see some of the people that he dogged very soon or had just seen them.
That was
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but that's what Ye does. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might have a homie like that be acting like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's positive, but and I mean, it's funny because it's like it feels. Shout out to Q, man.
Q Deezy for Sheezy, Widow Peak Bandit.
Ill-advised wise guys, man. He said that he thought it was orchestrated from the beginning. Now I thought that I still think that at the time they were upset with each other.
Yeah.
They were upset with each other at the time, but I'm not surprised that they got it together though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. I mean, it's like, okay, cool. What they gonna do a project? There are billboards right now in LA with the owl and the good music symbol. Like Calabasas is the new Abu Dhabi. Whatever they about to do, maybe they about to do something together. I don't know. Maybe I hope. I'm gonna be real though. If this is all for a concert for Larry Hoover, I don't think they should do that. You know what I'm saying? That's no disrespect to the GDs. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the GDs.
Right. Shout out to the GDs. Shout out Larry Hoover.
Yeah, man. Larry Hoover Jr. Yeah.
Larry Hoover Jr. But I don't know, man. I feel like if they gonna do it, I feel like it should be on more or less on their own accord, and they should do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's a good cause. Maybe I'm lost in the sauce, man. I'm
definitely lost in the sauce. Like I said, I obviously, I was born on the west side of Chicago. I was raised, majority of I think I moved to Maywood when I was 9, 10, something like that. 5th grade on, I was in Maywood. So I'm familiar with, GDs. I'm familiar with who Larry Hoover is, but I need to, I don't know enough.
My best friends are GDs.
yes. Exactly. So, I mean, but should they be the people that's pushing? What can they do anything about? Because Kanye is very passionate about. He thinks that he's Hoover in a different dimension. All this other stuff he be saying, whatever.
He feel like he can, because of his influence. He feels because of his influence, he's gonna get Larry Hoover free. Yeah. But Larry Hoover has some very strong, deep crime roots.
Yeah, that's what
After, like, the thing about it is, even after he was locked up, arrested, and all of that on, first of all, he was put in jail on multiple life sentences because of a murder. You know what I'm saying? But then he was still like operating the GDs from inside the jail. And then they booked him on that. And it's like, bro, what you doing?
Yeah.
And so surely by now he's changed his ways. But that got the people, they got the legal system upset. Like the people that's in power, that's like, man.
Yeah, that's why I just don't.
He could be here. He good. And I don't know if that's gonna change.
I'm a little.
If he gets out, I would be. If he gets out on the back of Drake and Kanye doing a performance, I'd be surprised. Actually, I would be surprised. And I will eat my words, and I'll say, "Wow, I was wrong." But I don't see that happening. off
He'd have to
of
get a pardon. He'd have to get
Kanye and Drake
yeah.
doing a performance
He'd have to get pardoned at the highest level, right?
at
Trigger
the
warning,
highest
trigger
level.
warning, trigger warning. If it was anybody who could have did it, it would have been Ye when he was tight with Trump. If Trump could have trigger warning, if when Ye was out here talking his Trump shit, maybe Trump would have did it if Ye was still pushing Trump, right? I don't know. But
Maybe.
anyhow, that was a long rant about that.
Hey man, but it's all relevant. It's what's going
it is,
on
yeah.
now. It's current right now. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. I mean, they are the two biggest stars. Listen, I really hope
They
that
are.
whatever I hope that this is gonna sound crazy. I hope that their situation was real and they have really worked on it. And now they are trying to do whatever they're trying to do by coming together because they are the two biggest artists right now. Yeah, so we'll see what happens, man.
Now I'm gonna just say this though. Like Kanye has nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? He's the one, in my opinion, and this is just an outsider looking in and looking at the game and looking at their personalities. Kanye don't have nothing to lose. Drake is like, man, I'm about to let you in again. Like they been back and forth. You know what I'm saying? If I was Drake, I'm surprised he said all right.
Bro.
To be honest, because it's like, bro, you be wilding, G.
Well,
you be wilding.
Two theories, right? Like I said, either Jay Prince is, I mean, he had a book about the art of respect. He's a very well respected. I mean, he has his hands in so many things. He is obviously a master negotiator, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. Jay Prince really did push the button, or it is all just a bunch of crap, So I think what I'm saying is I think that if it's real, Jay Prince really did have a heavy imprint on this.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But also, I think that I think Kanye might have been trying to get Adam, and Drake wasn't going.
Mm-hmm.
And Jay Prince was like, bro, he trying to holler at you. And then Drake was like, all right, big homie.
Kanye's a wild card though. It's such
I'm gonna see what he's talking about.
It's such a wild thing though, man.
I don't see Drake going, G. Yeah. Drake is sensitive like that. He ain't, but rightfully so in this situation.
And he's calculated as well.
I wouldn't want to mess with Kanye either. You're doing too much funny stuff, G.
He calculated. He's a very well, he's Jewish, That was racist. Sorry, people. All right. Half Jewish, whatever. Move on to some sad news, man.
Today is November 17th.
Correct.
Earlier today, the media moves fast, man. Mm-hmm. Earlier today, young Dolph was hunted down, murdered in a cookie shop, in a buttered cookie shop, Makita's Butter Cookies, I believe it was called.
Yeah.
Now, when I first heard this, when Sparks told us about this, I thought it was the weed cookies, the cookie spot cookies, you know what I'm saying? The brand, like at one of those stores.
Yeah.
And come to find out it was an actual cookie shop.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay. First of all, I mean, I just cracked open another beer. This is Space Station Middle Finger. This is a Midwest classic here from Three Floyds. This joint is coming in at, I think it's 7 something. Sorry, Three Floyds. I'm pretty sure this is like 7 point something. But classic Midwest joint. If you are familiar with Three Floyds, you know this Space Station Middle Finger. You know about Alpha King. You know about Gumball Head. So on and so forth, right? So originally I didn't want to approach this topic, right? I just wanted to do my condolences, RIP and whatnot, because in the chat, me, you, and Danny, we was talking about some other things regarding just music in general and hip hop and this relationship that we have with music that comes from certain artists that is obviously respective to their lives and whatnot, but is, violent, right? Super violent music. Yeah. Think Back in Blood, right? Back in Blood, you know, songs like that, you know, we rock out to. Hey, you know, man, that's on my gym playlist, you know. But you know, we listen to if you know, stepping back and being objective, you listen to the content in that song, you know, that's a super aggressive call to violence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We out here, you kill mine, I kill yours, so on and so forth type song.
Yeah.
And when stuff like what happened with young Dolph, you know, happen today, what happened with him, when that kind of thing happens, it just sometimes makes me feel weird with some of the music we listen to. And I'm not about to go on preachy ass, you know, I'm just trying to be open and honest and as authentic as I can be regarding, you know, these terrible situations, because what happened with young Dolph is not the first time. If I'm correct, and this is only from the standpoint of him being famous, this is like the third time. You know, he spent 600 grand, I think, on an armored, you know, vehicle.
Yeah.
I think somebody tried him once in Memphis before. He got tried in Hollywood, I believe. One of those situations where he actually got hit and had to get surgery. And now, unfortunately, something happened again in his own state, own city, and he's no longer here, right? Somebody in the chat, it was either me, you and Danny's, or somebody else's, or my other homies, you know, was talking about the song 100 Shots, you know?
Oh, yeah,
like,
Danny mentioned that.
Like, I don't know, man. It just, you know.
It hit different to see. It's like, man, we like that song, right? But it hit different after the person is murdered. You know what I'm saying? This is my thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
We hear a lot about, you know, and it's mainly rappers that say, this is entertainment. This is similar to like a Scorsese film. You know what I'm saying? Goodfellas. You know, this is like Godfather, The Sopranos, or John Wick. You know what I'm saying? The difference, and I used to subscribe to that. You know what I'm saying? I used to subscribe to that. Like, yeah, it's entertainment.
Me as well.
Because I listen to it too.
Yeah.
I like Get It in Blood. What's the joint called?
Mm-hmm.
The Pooh Shiesty joint.
Yeah.
But I like the joint. But the thing with movies is that those people are actors. Mm-hmm. They are playing a role. They will get out of those clothes and they will go home to their lives, their wife and kids, or whatever their situation is, and their $1 million home because they got paid to play that role.
That's important. Yeah. Go ahead. Keep going.
But these rappers, they say in interviews, this is entertainment, right? But it's perceived that this is their real life. This is their real life. And many of them come from this real life. I was just listening to 2 Chainz statute of limitations, where he was saying how, man, this stuff happened. I could probably rap about this stuff by now. And he was talking about how he used to serve all these rappers, naming them by names, because it's a statute of limitations, right? Mm-hmm, yeah. So I can name these names of people that I used to serve while I've been in the rap game. You know what I'm saying? So they still live in this life. You know what I'm saying? This is their real life. A lot of these people really done some of the things that they be rapping about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They really done it. It's entertaining, but it's real. You know what I'm saying? This is not like a game. This is not a movie. This is not a show. This is real life. You know what I'm saying? But you got people that's not from this cloth at all, that's dancing to it like us and singing about it and glorifying it. Mm-hmm. And then, like, the thing that kills me is like, this man is dead and gone.
Out.
Others that have been murdered in the past are dead and gone. And we put up a tweet, put up an emoji, and we on to the next because we desensitized to the culture is what this it's somebody, like I said in the chat, is somebody right now that was in the booth talking about finding they ops, shooting them up, and somebody outside the booth was like, yo, young Dolph just died, got shot up. What? That's crazy, bruh. That's crazy, man. Moment of silence for Dolph, bruh. That's my man, bruh. Hey, yo, engineer, run that back, man. And let me drop these bars real quick. I'm about to air out the spot. I'm about to shoot up. What we doing, G? Now I might sound like an old man right now. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was younger, I used to feel like I'd be listening to 3-6 and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, how can somebody of a intelligent mind, you know, this must be to just go out and do the things that they saying in these songs. You know what I'm saying? I listen to these. I've been listening to rap for a long time, and I ain't never felt the need to go pick up a gun and keep it on me when I walk around and shoot somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or just keep it on me at all because I'm listening to this type of music. You know what I'm saying? But there are people. I got a homie that is that's like I'm gonna say he in his 40s. He in his 40s. He said he started drinking lean because he was listening to so much Future. That's not a child. That's a grown person. You know what I'm saying? Now, woke culture would say that's what these record labels are doing. That's the plan from the beginning. That's what they trying to do. They trying to kill us off. We doing it to each other. But man, forget all that. What you doing, man? So you telling me that? So now what? What you doing about it though? You know what I'm saying? At the same time, what I'm doing about it? I'm about to get off this joint, and I'm about to put on Maxo Cream, G. In real life. But now Maxo Cream last album, he got that in there, but it's very self-reflective. But now I'm trying to like, you know what I'm saying, vindicate myself now. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, you know what I'm saying, not to sound cliche, but when will it stop, G? When we gonna decide, you know what I'm saying, as a culture, you know what I'm saying, it's one thing to live that life and you know, live in it, be in it, do the things that come with it. But then when you get on record, you know what I'm saying, you talk about it. The same rappers that talk about these same things are on social media right now saying, dang, Dolph. What?
That's what I'm saying. So it's which is why I didn't want to approach it, because I didn't. If I did talk about it, you know, obviously I just wanted to do my condolences, because I mean the reality is that Dolph was
not
dope.
Gonna stop, G.
Yeah, well, and just to give, you know, Dolph really did have a place within the culture. He was of the you know, I think about Young Jeezy in 2005, Thug Motivation, that Southern rapper that would, you know, be from the streets and whatnot, but talk about, you know, coming up from the mud and hustling and grinding, and like that was Dolph was of that ilk. You know, we actually, I think we reviewed 2 albums. I know we did Thinking Out Loud, which was dope to me, and it's another joint that we did. But situations like this just make, you know, like you asked, you know, am I hip? I think you asked, you said, "Gee, am I hypocritical?" I wish I had the question you asked, but it was a very good question. It was like,
I had to
am I a yeah, man, it was a good question, which I think we can posit to, and people gonna take this how they want to take it, right?
Am I a hypocrite? Am I a hypocrite because I listen to shoot 'em up rap and then feel like this shooting is wrong?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is I listen to Dolph. I listen to his music, and he talk about things like what happened to him.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
In his music,
yeah,
doing it to other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Or reflecting on his own unfortunate situations that had already
on
happened.
his own situation when he was shot up.
Yeah.
And it's like, this don't feel eerie to nobody.
Yeah, man. Nobody?
You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is, we're going to be like, dang. And then go turn up to something.
Here's the important piece that I think. I think what we have to stop doing. This is what I think is important, right? We when people critique rap, right? People, it's like, I made up a point about right-wing conservatives, right? When we are critiqued, we have to think of a better way to reply to people, to let them know that, yes, this is harmful, but people live like this and it's people's lives. We have to think of a better way to approach the whole, this is art and entertainment, because it's obviously not just that. That can't be our reply when people try to critique us. We can't just try to live with that and then see situations like this and say, dang, because it seems to be painfully obvious that it's not just Keanu Reeves right now, Tom Cruise, they're all good right now, wherever they are, right? And they have played in so many action films, right? Because like you said, the camera stops, right? That's entertainment. What these guys come from and what they rap about isn't just purely entertainment. They're talking about real situations that can still presently affect them, as we see so many times over and over again. So I don't know, man. Maybe I'm a couple of years from 40, and I'm as I get older, you know, I reflect a little bit more and I think a little different. Maybe I don't know. So, because I would kick that entertainment, I would use that entertainment reply to anybody who ever try to challenge me over the violent content within rap.
Facts.
But it's like,
facts, G. That's what I'm saying, G. I've used the same argument, man. It's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rick Ross has talked about using that argument in court. This is entertainment, sir. You know what I'm saying? This is entertainment. But, you know, you hear rap, you hear rappers talk about the hip hop police being real. And yes, they're real.
Yes, they're part of the entertainment industry as well.
They gonna scour the lyrics to see what you're talking about, because it's your real life. They're not stupid, G. This is real life. This is real life. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's tragic what happened to Dolph, man.
It really is.
He got kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he talked about what he talked about.
Yeah.
And it got him rich and famous. And so other people will do the very same thing. But I mean, when I heard the news, I was shocked, G. I couldn't believe it. What? Young Dolph? What? Man, that's crazy, G. And we gonna I mean, it feels like the culture will be so desensitized to it that we gonna keep promoting this type of music for one. And you mentioned how like when writers write about this music and you spoke about it like it was they like these people would be non-black. But the thing is, what are the black writers saying about it? They're gonna say the same thing too. He gives this scathing tale of life in the trenches of, I read something about Polo G, you know what I'm saying? This song gives a scathing tale of life in the trenches of Chicago and how this and that. And it's like, man, I remember when I listened to crazy rap and I felt different when Chief Keef first dropped. I've said this on the show. Like, man, this too much to me. You know what I'm saying? This is a little too much. But it's other rappers that be like Chief Keef. But he from my city. And it feel different because I know what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this feel different. I've been on the blocks that he from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this joint weird. Humanity is weird.
Very weird. And I think that's we want.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
No more.
I think that we really just
solution.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just putting thoughts out there.
Yeah.
I had no solution.
Yeah.
I'm just putting thoughts out there. You could say, man, it's the record label fault. Man, Dolph was independent. His label was his own. Or like people, you know what I'm saying? Or his people. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't on no major label.
I think he was on Empire, but Empire is like
but those
he owned his own master.
Like, it's not like a major, it's not like Def Jam. It's not like no major label. No Universal or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? No Vivendi. You know what I'm saying? This is like grassroots label.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could get the message out however you want, but it's like, and people gonna buy into it. You know what I'm saying? Future has said on camera that he don't do lean no more. He don't be doing that, but it's gonna be drug rap forever.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna talk about it. While people are deciding to drink lean based on what he's talking about.
Weird as fuck.
Humanity, G. What we gonna do?
I don't know.
To quote OT, we're all gonna die, G.
Yeah, man. I really hate saying that. Yeah. But I mean, I guess to wrap it up, man, Young Dolph was important to the culture, especially the culture of Memphis, man. Memphis is a beautiful city. I really was thinking about going, and I'm probably still do. I want to go back every year. I had such a good time with my family in Memphis this year. We did the Beale Street, Eden, and I went to a couple of breweries. It was a good time. He was important to that culture. He was important to Southern rap. He was important to hip hop in general. And unfortunately, he's no longer with us. So condolences to him. Rest in peace to him. And, thoughts go out to his children, his whole family, and the whole community, So, yeah.
Beers and bars.
Beers and bars, man. See y'all next time.